and welcome to Diaspora Network, the show where we showcase Nigerians who are making giant strides abroad and doing the country proud as well. On the show today, it's all about food. We take a sneak peek into the world of Biggie's African restaurant in Dubai. On our special reports, we look at Nigerian cuisine and the efforts to make it global for all the taste buds of people around the world. And look out for the snapshots of delicious Nigerian food in far-flung corners of the world. It's quite a packed show that we have for you today, but first, let's take a look at the news of the week.
British-Nigerian movie star Bukky Bakre was centre stage at the BAFTA Film Awards, which held in London earlier this month, as she handed out the EE Rising Star Award to the No Time to Die actress Lashana Lynch, an award that Bukky had received just a year earlier. Celebrated for a stellar debut in the 2020 hit movie Rocks About London Girlhood, the 19-year-old has most recently made her directorial debut with Born Fruit, a film made in collaboration with Gucci, in which she also stars. Born Fruit has been described as a short film that looks at the West African and Caribbean culture's Nine Nights funeral tradition, as well as themes of family, identity, personal connection, and imagined realities. Toby Kiarimetang, an award-winning producer and writer from South London, was one of 10 UK filmmakers to receive £40,000 from the streaming giant Netflix to create their own documentary short film where they had to answer the brief, "Britain's Not Boring and Here's a Story." As part of the Talent Fund, the filmmaking teams took part in workshops exploring multiple aspects of production, including legal, creative, HR, production and finance. Toby's short film, titled Owambe, explores how Nigerians have created a spirit of celebration and brought the soul of their party culture to community halls across Britain. According to Toby, her documentary is a way to call to action Nigerians, especially the young ones living in the UK, to keep this fantastic culture alive, despite their first-generation parents and family now turning older. 28-year-old Tracy Eboigbodin, a Nigerian-born Italian waitress, has emerged the winner of the 11th edition of MasterChef Italia. Her victory comes with €100,000, the opportunity to publish her first recipe book, and access to the advanced training course at the International School of Italian Cuisine. Tracy's dishes captivated the judges from the beginning of the series, as she successfully linked Italian cuisine with Nigerian spices. Viewers described her character as mature and professional throughout the recording of the show, and like a true champion, she prevailed. The Nigerian-born linebacker David Ojabo has torn his Achilles during a drill in Michigan. The video of the incident, which has surfaced online, has caused a firestorm on Twitter, with many observers criticising the NFL's practice culture. Former American footballer Bookie Brooks wrote, "I know the NFL is a cold business, but watching the lack of concern or empathy from the scouts, coaches and observers following David Ojabo's injury bugs me. Perhaps someone should have checked on him instead of grabbing the ball and moving to the next drill. Just a thought." Prior to this injury, American NFL scouts were reportedly enamoured with the up-and-coming talent. Ojabo grew up in Scotland and was set to become the first ever first-round pick from the United Kingdom. The 21-year-old arrived in America at age 15. Due to the unfortunate injury, Ojabo is no longer projected as a top 10 pick as he was previously. Streaming giant Hulu has ordered the comedy pilot Bamus, written by and starring Okpeyemi Olagbaju and Biniam Bizune. The show follows a pair of young Ethiopian and Nigerian American best friends as they struggle to overcome their loser reputations in Washington, D.C. Olabuju is a Nigerian American TV writer and stand-up comedian. He has performed stand-up on Comedy Central, the Just for Laughs New Faces showcase in 2019, and SF Sketchfest.
The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission continues to reach out to Nigerians all around the world through its engagement activities. Let's take a look.
Members of the Namibian delegation and a study tour of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission in Abuja. The group is led by the Regional Project Coordinator, International Organization for Migration, Mr. Tunde Omoyeni, and received by the Chairman of NICOM, Mrs. Abike Dabiri-Erewa. Namibia becomes the second country after Ethiopia to undertake a study tour of NETCOM in the last 2 months. The tour focuses on learning from the Commission's wealth of knowledge and experience, better ways to engage its citizens in the diaspora. The team lead applauds the Commission for being at the forefront of making Africa a driving force on the global stage.
Nigeria is one of the countries in the region that has actually done quite a lot in the area of diaspora, and thanks to your commitment. For Southern African region as a whole, the issue of diaspora has not been the front runner in terms of what we have made, in terms of progress. And IOM, of course, has been working with a lot of the member states to see how we can lift up to the level where Nigeria is. So we were very much supportive of that ideology and that particular program to see what we can do as IOM to support that initiative, maybe at the global level, at the continental level, and also at the national level.
For the NICOM boss, focusing on the African continent is priority, and maximizing the continent's full potential is a step in the right direction.
We want to concentrate on Africa. Every time we talk about Europe, America, there are so many Nigerians on the African continent that are doing great. So with the support of IOM, we're coming to Namibia first. Okay, we will.
Once you have the exits.
Yeah, but seriously, we need to focus more on the African continent and connect more with our people. When we were in Ethiopia, I was amazed at what I saw. In Kenya, I was amazed at what I saw. So, and we need to we're starting with the African continent.
She highlights several other driving factors and projects the Commission is working on.
One of the very importance of the diaspora is the issue of remittances. Of course, you know that Nigerians in the diaspora are the largest. They have, according to World Bank IOM, in Africa, Nigerians in the diaspora send them the largest amount of money back home to the continent in terms of remittances. So I think it's Nigeria and Egypt. And here's the thing: if you're sending $24 billion back to your country. Now, this money goes into daily activities. So my brother, my sister, Medicare, education to help them. But it has a strong effect on the economy. So we're talking of almost 6% of our GDP. It's almost 80% of our national budget. It's more than the budget of some states in Nigeria. So that shows the importance of the diaspora. And we're saying that we're even just scratching the surface. If we tap into all Nigerians in the diaspora, the remittances will probably triple. We started the Diaspora Housing Fair. It was very successful. So we're going to have a standalone Diaspora Housing Fair where Nigerians in the diaspora can just, we're having a pool of off-takers, people who actually do build houses, and they can buy directly from them. So we're also working with the Federal Housing Authority that's going to have a diaspora village. So a lot of things for the diaspora, where you can just come buy your own home. And then also very interesting is the Diaspora Mortgage Scheme. So the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria will be making it possible for the diaspora to be able to get a mortgage of about 50 million naira. So you can own your own home, you can add more to it and get a house of your dreams.
The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission prides itself on its policies, collaborations and engagements, such as presidential town hall meetings with diasporans, adoption of a national diaspora policy, the Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit, the proposed Nigerian Diaspora Investment Trust Fund, appointment of state diaspora focal point officers, and much more, which have yielded positive results.
Nigerian cuisine remains a delight to Nigerians that are abroad. However, some non-Nigerians also find Nigerian food irresistible. And some people are working very hard to bring Nigerian food to the rest of the world. Let's take a look.
Siblings Emeka and Ifeanyiwa Frederick grew up in a Nigerian Grenadian household in London and were accustomed to a variety of well-seasoned food, including Nigerian dishes. While Nigerian cuisine wasn't a daily feature on their family's menu, they always looked forward to their grandmother's pepper soup. Inspired by the taste, aroma and love for the Nigerian culture and cuisine, the duo decided to go into the food business and put Nigerian cuisine on the map. Visually attractive dishes and a hospitable environment were things they wouldn't compromise on. The idea behind the fusion was a reflection of Emeka's time spent in Spain, where he fell in love with the tapas social dining culture and relaxed vibe, as well as Ifeanyiwa's travels in the French Caribbean, where she also had an appreciation for a slower pace of life and the ritual of taking time out, especially over meals. And that's the inspiration behind Chukwu's, the world's first Nigerian tapas restaurant and home of the Chop, Chat and Chill in London. The duo continued to ride the wave of what food lovers call the Nigerian cuisine revolution. Michael Elegbede started his journey in the kitchen at a very young age, when he was exposed to his mother's and grandmother's job of running local restaurants that also served as cooking schools for young women in the US. The food he ate growing up became a medium of understanding the Nigerian culture, tradition and cuisine. Although he began his career studying sciences at the University of Illinois in Chicago, Elegbede answered his calling when he decided to enroll at the Culinary Institute of America, Greystone. To fortify his knowledge, Elegbede worked with some of the most remarkable chefs across America, including the renowned Daniel Hum of 11 Madison Park and Nomad Restaurant. He was compelled to return to Nigeria after over a decade of experience in the food business to explore the diverse cultures and traditions that make up the Nigerian cuisine. He founded and works as head chef at the Itantes Kitchen in Lagos and was featured on the Young Talent of the Year category for promising young chefs under 35 years at the La Liste 2022 award in Paris, France. Chef Elegbede's extensive history of building bridges between worlds in the culinary industry is reflected through all aspects of the work he does.
That was really good. Now, the perception when people go abroad is that they're in search for white-collar jobs, right? But that's not the same thing in the food industry. Here's what we found about Nigerians in the food industry.
It's no doubt that food is a bare necessity of life and high up on the pyramid of needs. To a great extent, food, recipes, as well as techniques and etiquette vary by country, ethnicity, culture, and even household. Nigerian cuisine reflects the geographic, cultural, and ethnic diversity that exists in the country, and its flavors have reached kitchens across the globe and appealed to the taste buds of many. And here's the data to back this up. Whole Foods Market named foods from West Africa as one of its top 10 trends for 2020 and 2019. The Specialty Food Association named West African cuisine as one of the fastest growing food trends, with the region's flavors and spices showing up more in food products around the world. Menus of restaurants in different parts of the world now feature Nigerian food such as jollof rice, fish pepper soup, cassava flour, popularly known as gari, suya, which is a beef jerky generously seasoned and grilled, among many others. Blogging, more participation in the culinary industry are some of the ways Nigerians in the diaspora are bringing dishes from their heritage to the mainstream. Also, to showcase the diversity of Nigerian cuisine, millennial tastemakers are revolutionizing culinary platforms by creating new spaces for Nigerians to share and celebrate their recipes, traditions, and cultures in the diaspora. Food is a unifier of culture, and a good number of Nigerians in the diaspora are sharing their country's rich cuisine on a global scale.
Our cameras traveled to the United Arab Emirates to meet Biggie, the second oldest Nigerian restaurant owner in Dubai. Born in Lagos, Nigeria, but originally from Ondo State, Adeyinka Adediro rides in her bus very early to supervise work being done in the kitchen.
Good morning, everyone. Morning. How are you? How is work? Okay. Wow, this your soup is super.
Thank you, Mama.
So what are you preparing today?
I'm preparing bitter leaf soup and oha soup.
Okay.
Apart from delicious soup, there are other tasty dishes cooking at Biggie's: egg roll, fried rice, tasty chicken stew, beans pottage, and of course, Nigeria's staple, jollof rice. In front, the setup to display the delicious food is in full swing. While things look beautiful and cozy at Biggie's restaurant in the United Arab Emirates, her journey hasn't been easy. She lost her father when she was 10 years old and had to live with a string of different relatives. Her dream of becoming a doctor ended abruptly when she was bereaved, and then an aunt taught her how to cook. She tells us how it all started.
I've been doing this business before I come to Dubai. I have my shop in Ikeja, Obakran, and there for people that know me very well. I cook for Wema Bank, all the bank is Obakran, I cook for them. Up to Longman, Towa, all the companies, the banks in Obakran, even the car dealers there, the mechanic, I cook for everybody. So I start my work back in Nigeria, not in Dubai.
Then a relative gave her the idea to set up business in Dubai. She tells us just how tough it was for her in 2008, the early days.
You know, I want to cry. Really. If you come to Dubai, you don't have God in you, or you have the God but the faith is not there for you, you will lose it. You will lose it. When I got the job, what they are paying me there is like $200, my salary. I put it in dollars, $200. There's no accommodation, no visa. So, but I have the faith, I take the job. So after some 1 month, the person I'm working with said he can't do my visa. I said, why you cannot do my visa? I said, they can't do my visa. But behold, because the way I'm doing my job, I'm doing as if it's mine. So I will do it, I'm doing it with my heart. I don't look at anybody. So there's one day, there's a couple, they come in there, they will eat, they love my jollof rice. They will eat and they will buy to go. So one day they now call me that they love the way I'm working here, because the place I'm working there, the man is not a Nigerian, but he have an African restaurant. So they say they want to go and open a restaurant and they want to employ me. I said, no problem. If you are ready, my problem is my visa. If you're ready to do my visa, I'm ready to work with you. So they promised that they are going to do visa for me, and I go with them. Before I go with them, the place I'm working, that is where I'm sleeping. It's like a restaurant like this. So they give me a little space like my store here now. I'm sleeping there. I said, God, I'm not born to be serving people. I was born for people to serve me. I don't know how you want to do it. Since my brother said, this is my Jerusalem, today be my last day I'm going to cook for this lady here. And behold, God answered my prayer. Because it's not easy. I was sleeping in the bus stop when I first come to Dubai. I appreciate people that make me come who I am today.
Today, she has 2 restaurants and is about to open a 3rd. But she did not always have a large retinue of staff.
Semo, white rice, jollof rice and beans, plantain, that's what I'm doing. So from there, it's increasing. I don't have staff. I'm doing everything alone. I'll go to market, I'll come back, I'll cook. They'll call for food, I'll go and give them in the room. All the hotels around me, if they call me, I'll just say 2 minutes. If I want to go, maybe somebody's eating. While they call for the food, I'll just ask the person, please can you pay me? I want to give them food ups, or I want to give them food the next door.
News of Biggie's food has spread far and wide.
My fans, they are a top people in Nigeria, as in well-known. If I want to measure people that know Biggie, Biggie is all over the world. It's not only Nigeria, it's all over the world.
And across the United Arab Emirates, her meals are very popular among locals, like this couple who spread the news of Biggie's great food.
Now we're going to try the viral sensation, fufu. The fufu, or the pounded yam, is usually eaten with a sort of a stew called egusi, and it is a goat with melon and something that they eat called bitter leaves. It's supposed to be very healthy, very good for you, and we're gonna dive right in. Now I want to try fufu by itself, and then I want to have fufu with the egusi. So, because it's just, everyone's been talking about this, and I want to see if the hype is real. So this is the fufu. Doughy texture that I love. So we're gonna have some of the fufu with the sauce. Put it with the, oh, wow, man.
The lesson for Biggie is a tough start is no reason to turn to crime.
If I sit people down and tell them what I face in this country, you just see me that there are people calling Biggie, you don't know what Biggie passed through. If I tell you that I don't sell my body, you know, I can just see some lady now that will just come to Dubai. The next thing that comes to their brain is to go and sell their body. The next thing will come to their brain is to go and put their hand in dirty job. I'll be the last person. Instead of me to do that, I'll go back to where I'm coming from.
She speaks passionately about her dream for the business.
With this business, I put myself in level of KFC and McDonald's. That is where I put myself. Because if you go to this country, you will see KFC, you will see McDonald's. If you go to this place, you see KFC, you will see McDonald's. That is what I want for Biggie company. I want you, if you go to this place, you see Biggie. You go to that place, you see Biggie. That is my dream. And if my country, it's okay like this country, believe me and you, I want to come back to my country and do something like this there.
That's an amazing story right there. And it just shows that Nigerians thrive wherever they go and whatever they do. And that's it on the show today. You can catch other episodes on our website, channelstv.com. I'm Ijoma Onyato. Let's do this again some other time.